Next up, we have Dr. Joy Kling, and she has an idea about how to reach the most people as possible with the least amount of time. It's a very innovative idea, and she is here to share it. Dr. Kling, it's all yours.
Thank you. So, hello, everyone. Thank you for being part of StutterFest and allowing me to have the time to talk to all of you. I really, truly appreciate it. And especially at this time, I know everybody could be from different places. So, I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but thank you for being here. And yeah, so I am going to hopefully share my screen and see. Okay, so this is something that is originating from a few things. And grad chat is an idea we have for giving grad students the opportunity to hear from other people, and the real experts are the people who stutter with their lived experiences. So I am a professor at Stony Brook University, and I am a co-chapter leader for the National Stuttering Association. And what happens in our chapter anyway, which is amazing, and I do really appreciate it, a lot of professors are giving their students, one of their assignments is please go attend a support group through NSA, Friends, World Stuttering Network. Find a support group that you can go to and you can actually have that as an assignment. And I have some things I love about that and some things I'm not as fond of about that, and I will definitely explain to you why. One thing is that sometimes if I don't have many people coming to that support group, it's too many grad students that want to attend, and it really should be more about the person who stutters or people who stutter that are there, and for them to have that safe space that they want to communicate and they want to be able to meet other people. So when I have two people who stutter that want to attend and 10 graduate students that are asking to come, I pretty much have to say no because I don't think that's appropriate. So this is where this idea is honestly coming from. It is where we have so many grad students that are interested, that want to be part of this, and sometimes they want to, and sometimes they have to. Um, However, why not have us provide them a support group? Why not give grad students a support group, right? If we could get grad students really excited about stuttering and maybe more comfortable with wanting to be part of stuttering after they graduate, why not have this start on the ground floor and have it really be with people who are living with stuttering that can talk to them about their experience. So we still know that stuttering, unfortunately, is one of those areas in communication sciences disorders that SLPs do not feel comfortable with. They truly don't. So with that being said, that is, I think, one of the reasons why I find if grad students can have the opportunity to just learn more about it early on, maybe that will help us change that. And we also know that if we look at different kinds of programs, Dr. Scott Yaris had found that with certain things, we are not giving our grad students the opportunities they should be getting. So 17.8% students in the graduate field, they're not even taking any courses, and I really don't love fluency disorders, but it's there because that's what the study had, but that's just my own thing. And 59% of students do really sometimes not even get any clinical experience at all. So a lot of people might think that they are getting that experience, but they are not getting that experience sometimes. So you can go through your entire 2 years as a speech language pathology graduate student And unfortunately, you might not even have any clinical experience with a person who stutters, or might maybe watch a video in your didactic course about stuttering, but never really hear from a person who stutters. So why do we want to do this? I really think that giving these grad students their support group and hearing from people who stutter, it will give them that opportunity to learn more and hopefully learn from the best of what is truly important about stuttering. So let's see if I can go on. So why, right? There's a few reasons for them to hear about the lived experience, the true lived experience from the real experts, not from, people that are already teaching them at their universities, from the actual lived experience from a person who stutters. Really talking about beyond the surface. I think sometimes when you're a professor and you're really trying to get this point across and you say it over and over and over again, that's wonderful, but they really need to hear it from a person who stutters and not from me or maybe another professor. Promoting advocacy and awareness. I mean, why not get grad students starting to do that right from the start? Active listening to people who stutter and really having some empathy and having that therapeutic alliance right from the start, and hopefully bringing speech language pathologists together with people who stutter. So this is where this idea has originated from. And the thought process is to meet 3 times a semester and have hot topics around stuttering, maybe bullying, disclosure, covert, importance of support with stuttering, personal management styles, stuttering to confidence, parents as partners, but them really hearing from people who stutter and them hearing regardless of not what we think they should hear, but what they actually should hear. And what better place than the World Stuttering Network, in my opinion, because we're looking at whatever the person who stutters is looking for and what they want. If they're looking for that acceptance, and that's where they are in their journey and that's what they want to talk about, wonderful. But if they want to work on some things and they feel that's where they are at the moment for themselves for one reason or another, we are here to listen to what they want and what they need. So for me, it's really just thinking that grad students need to hear this, and why not get them on the ground floor? What was some of the amazing things that I had early on? I know a lot of you probably have heard of the amazing Lee Caggiano, and she was so receptive to allowing me to observe her. I really early on in my speech language pathology career, the minute I graduated, I wanted to learn more about stuttering, and I was very fortunate to have Dr. Uri Schneider as my mentor. And Lee Caggiano actually lived on Long Island, and so do I. And I went to her, and she allowed me to sit in on some of her sessions. But she also brought me to a support group once, and there were a lot of people there, so it was okay for us to be there. And she asked before we went, and it was probably one of the most amazing experiences that I had. And it was really just listening to people who stutter. And it was people who were super confident of where they were at the point, regardless of where it was. But they really felt confident about communicating what their thoughts and what their lived experience was. And it was wonderful to allow us just to listen and actively listen to them and really try to get the idea of what we need to think about when we're working together. So that was one of my most amazing experiences. And I really do have to say that I think that we now can offer this to grad students and have them listen to the experts. So this is an idea. I would love to get any thoughts of what anybody's thinking about and open up the floor. And if Tom or Trisha, you would like to add anything, that would be wonderful as well.
This
So
is
we're still
great. Oh, Go ahead, Tom.
Tricia, you go right ahead.
This is great, Joy. There's a lot of chat in the over in the chat box talking about, are there ways that we can get more students to have experience with fluency by accessing other countries that lack the services? And there's a few roadblocks in place. And so it's all something we think is a good idea, but whether it's red tape or licensure or financial issues, it's hard. It's a big step to accomplish. And so at least having them get frequent exposure to talking with and feeling the importance and the needs of the community. I mean, I think it's and hearing all different topics from all different people. I think it's, you know, it's great.
So we're still figuring out the nuts and bolts of the program, but another thing that we're tossing around is that instead of one person speaking to multiple grad student classes, perhaps there's a time that would work that we could talk to multiple grad student classes at the same time, instead of having all these different time commitments. We do it all at once. If we have 1,000 grad students on that call, that is entirely possible. And then find the people that really embody the topic that they're talking about, and perhaps we could have 3 of these sessions every semester, so it wouldn't be much of a time commitment on the speaker. 6 speakers, it would just be once a year. So that's another part of this that we're talking about. So,
and it gives a safe space, I think, for grad students too. I was really lucky that Tom came to one of the NSA meetings, and he joined us one evening, and having the grad students just open up and ask him questions. And some of them honestly have not even had we still call it fluency at the university I'm at, but their stuttering fluency disorders course, they haven't even had that yet, and they're already thinking about it and asking questions. And I just think it was a great experience for them, and to provide and offer this to as many graduate students as we can by having regular, you know, like we said, those 3 meetings in a semester. And then for the professors that are looking to have their grad students go to an NSA support group, I think this might even be more appropriate for the people who stutter as well as for them.
Looks like Izzy has a question.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a plug for Dr. Phil Schneider's first video, Transcending Stuttering, because it's a great intro. It's interviews with a number of people that he treated over a long period of time, and you see their growth. And it's also a very broad range of individuals from, you know, from different backgrounds, different nationalities, ethnicities. And I just wanted to give a plug for Transcending Stuttering.
Thank you, Izzy. Yes, I mean, they actually, when in my class, that's the movie we watch the first day that they come in and talk about it. Just first of all, I was very fortunate enough to have Dr. Schneider as my mentor. It was amazing, but everything you're saying is definitely amazing, because those were some of the best, going to that and actually meeting the people from Transcending Stuttering in person. Years ago, Dr. Schneider would have where he would show the movie and then have the people that were in the movie come and talk to the audience. And it was quite a night when we had the opportunity to see that happen.
I was at one of those sessions, and when you hear, you know, like the black guy talk about his friends and someone making fun of him, and his friends go over, and it's like, you can't do that, but you do. Yeah, but we're his buds, you know. But, you know, and yeah, just to listen to those people you know, it's just, in fact, you might even do a session with the people from Transcending Stuttering. This got to be 15 years later. I don't remember. Yeah. And that would be fascinating to watch the video and then hear from the people who were in the video. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And I think getting students to interact, the combination of videos as well as the education that we get from textbooks and those sort of things, and pairing it with actual conversations with people who stutter and people who specialize in a certain particular, certain area, is awesome, because I have 55 students in our graduate class, and the practicality of getting each one of them to attend a support group meeting without making the support group meeting about the students, it's just not possible. I don't ever let more than 2 students come to a support group meeting, because I don't want it to feel like an educational experience. Of course, it's supposed to be for the people that are attending it. So it's just not practical. And then there's so many more things that they need to learn aside from support group. There's lots of things that go along with therapy that it would be a beneficial thing. So I'm excited to partner with you on this. I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Me too. Thank you so much. But yes, I find the same exact thing that you're talking about, wanting them to go, but it has to be the right fit and only the certain number. And it's just to get all of those students that opportunity. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen. But with this, it can.
So for the people that have never experienced the thrill of talking to a grad student class, I would encourage you, when you have that opportunity, jump on that. They're hungry for information, and their questions, it always, they always show me how much they care by the depth of their questions. They really want to know. It's worth the time and it's worth the effort. I really enjoy talking to grad student classes and give the opportunity, like I say, take it.
Steph,
So we
you have a
have-
question?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barb, just a comment. This is a really cool idea, and I think we're seeing a lot of people who are like, okay, we know that people who stutter are the experts on their own stuttering. We are experts in the treatment and the template for that treatment, and they're the experts in their own stuttering. And we're seeing more movement with grad students. And I think what we learn is that I know I adjunct at 4 places. And those of us that do specialize in stuttering, we're really tapped with how many places we can teach, right? I teach 2 places a semester, and I know several others that teach more than that a semester. But we need more. We need more knowledge, and this is another bridge for that knowledge. And so thank you for this idea, and I can't wait to see what it does. Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Tom and Shusha, for being open to this idea. I really appreciate it. And thank you for coming to StutterFest and having me. I so appreciate it.